The Genna crime family, Italian pronunciation, modifier letter vertical line D, Latin small letter S, Latin small letter open A na, was a Prohibition-era crime family in Chicago. From 1921 to 1925, the family was headed by the 6 Genna brothers, known as the Terrible Gennas. The brothers were Sicilians from the town of Marsala and operated from Chicago's Little Italy and maintained control over the Unione Siciliana. They were allies with fellow Italian gang the Chicago Outfit. After a bloody war led to their demise in the 1920s, the gang was eventually absorbed by the Chicago Outfit. D'Andrea and the Unione Siciliana. Anthony D'Andrea was a Sicilian mafia boss in Chicago's Little Italy. His closest allies were the Genna brothers, who operated illegal gambling clubs and salons in his territory. In 1919, D'Andrea became president of the Chicago chapter of the Unione Siciliana, an organization dedicated to helping poor Sicilian immigrants. D'Andrea wanted more political power, and ran to become alderman of Chicago's 19th Ward, which included Little Italy. This started the aldermen's wars between D'Andrea and John Powers, an Irish saloonkeeper who was the sitting alderman. On May 11, 1921, D'Andrea was shot and killed while entering his apartment. The Genna brothers. The Genna brothers consisted of 6 Sicilian brothers: Bloody Angelo, Antonio, the Gentleman, Mike, the Devil, Peter, Sam, and Vincenzo aka Jim. In 1919, the Gennas became involved in bootlegging. They obtained a federal license to legally manufacture industrial alcohol, which they sold illegally. The Genna brothers operated from Chicago's Little Italy, which was located west of the Chicago Loop. The Genna brothers began selling their extra alcohol at cut-rate prices outside their territory. This produced a clash with the Northside gang leader Dino Banion, who went to Johnny the Fox Torrio and Unione Siciliana boss Mike Merlo to get the Gennas to back down. Torrio refused and Banion and his gang began hijacking shipments of whiskey that belonged to the Genna brothers. Torrio then ordered his men to murder Banion. They carried out the hit on November 10, 1924. Frankie along with 2 formerly Genna-aligned gunmen, John Scalisi and Albert Anselmi, entered Banion's flower shop and shot him multiple times. It is believed that Antonio, Tony the Scourge Lombardo and the Unione Siciliano planned the assassination after the attack on the Genna's bootlegging operation. After Banion heard rumors that the Guineadicos were muscling in on Banion's joints. Gang war. After Banion's murder, Chicago erupted into gang war. The Northside gang, led by George "Bugs" Moran, shot and wounded Torrio outside his home. Torrio fled to Italy, leaving Al Capone as boss. The Northside gang took aim at the Genna brothers and on May 27, 1925, Moran chased down Angelo Genna in a high-speed car chase, then shot him to death. On June 13, 1925, Mike Genna was gunned down by police after a shootout with the Northsiders. Antonio Genna was shot to death on July 8, 1925 in an ambush. The remaining 3 brothers Jim, Sam, and Pete fled Chicago. Joe Aiello and the last fight. Giuseppe Joe Aiello and his brothers Salvatore, Sam, and Pietro, Peter declared themselves bosses of the old Genna brothers' territory of Little Italy. The Aiello brothers had an alliance with the Castellamarese clan boss Salvatore Maranzano and close connection to the Northside gang. The brothers attempted to murder Al Capone and become the most powerful organization in Chicago. Giuseppe Aiello was murdered in 1930 and Capone took over all Italian organized crime. Members of Chicago's Sicilian Mafia. Bosses 1914–1921. Anthony D'Andrea led the Unione Siciliana backed by the Gennas. He was murdered on May 11, 1921. 1921–1925. Angelo Genna, murdered on May 27, 1925. 1925. Samuzzo Amatuna led the Unione Siciliana. He was murdered on November 13, 1925. 1925–1930. Joseph Aiello, murdered on October 23, 1930. Other members: Antonio Genna, murdered on July 8, 1925. Mike Genna, murdered on June 13, 1925. Vincenzo Genna died November 8, 1931. Peter Genna died May 13, 1948. Sam Genna died December 20, 1951. Mariano Zagone, Black Hand, murdered in May 1909. Joseph Diamond Joe Esposito, murdered on March 21, 1928. Samuzzo Amatuuna, Angelo's bodyguard, became boss after Angelo's death. Unione Siciliana president, murdered on November 13, 1925. Rival Rosario Dispenza, Black Hand member and was a Morello crime family Chicago contact. Dispenza was murdered in 1914. Salvatore Cardinale gang, also operated in Little Italy and Little Sicily. See also Italians in Chicago. References. External links: Angelo, Bloody Angelo, Genna at Find a Grave, Antonio, Tony the Gentleman, Genna at Find a Grave, Mike, Mike the Devil, Genna at Find a Grave, Peter, Pete, Genna at Find a Grave, Sam, Genna at Find a Grave, Vincenzo, Jim, Genna at Find a Grave.